Welcome back. Time now for news from the left. Rising star Republican Florida Congressman Byron Donalds joined Joy Reid on MSNBC last night. You knew it was going to be interesting. This is a woman who believes that any black person who doesn't drink the liberal Kool-Aid is obviously just a pawn of white supremacist Republicans. It's pretty much all she talks about on her show. Take a listen to this painfully condescending moment from Joy Reid when talking about Byron Donalds' nomination to be Speaker of the House last week, which was a part of that very long 4-day process.
There are 4 African-American members in the House caucus, the Republican caucus. There are 56 members in the Democratic caucus. So it's more diverse. Do you not believe that the idea was to make a diversity statement by nominating him?
Well, actually, first, that was not the idea, because I was in the room when the decision was made by people who chose to nominate me. Number 2, now let's go back. The reality is that a lot of members actually do believe in my ability to lead. They do. Am I to be despised from my youth because I've served 1 term when members know that I have the ability to engage other members through the conference?
The best part was when Joy Reid said that the Democrat caucus has 56 black members, so obviously they're allowed to have a black speaker or a black leader. So 1/4 black is the standard, according to Joy Reid. That makes it okay. The Democrats have passed the politically correct litmus test in that manner. The best part about the interview was how Byron Donalds handled Joy Reid with relative ease on her own turf, which is very impressive, countering every one of her arguments and policy in that 10-minute interview. You can watch the whole thing if you want to pull it up on your computer. And then at the very end, after Byron handled her well and schooled her on a lot of things, Joy had the audacity to call him a diversity prop, a claim that he had already dismantled by effectively dismantling her. And the best part, again, Joy made this claim while working at a TV network and supporting a political party that are chock full of diversity props themselves. Let us not forget, Joy Reid was caught years ago with foul, homophobic blog posts so awful that somebody less diverse at MSNBC would have been immediately fired, and we all know that. But Joy somehow persevered, and let's just say it wasn't because of her ratings. Next up, New York, the sanctuary city, dumping $500 a night on hotel rooms for illegal migrants that our leaders begged for by declaring sanctuary status, but in reality now loathe. Well, those families apparently are not too crazy about New York City either. Here is just a few pictures of the amount of food that is getting thrown out every single day due to the fact that the illegal migrants refuse to eat it. These, a lot of cases, are fresh cooked bagels. Reports say that the migrants would rather cook their own food with hot plates rather than eat the free food from New York City while staying in our $500 a night hotel rooms. Photos taken by hotel employee Felipe Rodriguez, who works at the 4-star Row NYC hotel in Manhattan, which the city is paying between $400 and $500 per night for a room to put migrants into. And on top of all of this, let's show you how most of the rooms occupied by these migrants are left. We can show you that. Beer cans thrown all over the place. You see in the video here. Look at this. This is a hotel room, a free hotel room for illegal migrants. Cigarettes, food scattered throughout the room. Despite the hotel's no smoking policy, they find cigarette butts on the floor, according to Felipe Rodriguez's photos and testimony. But don't forget, illegal migration only makes us stronger. And during the Trump administration, the leaders of these cities could not wait to declare sanctuary status because they knew it was just a nice little political barb at Donald Trump. And now they're paying the price. And if that ain't entertaining, I don't know what is. Next up, Vice News reporting some trans people are preparing to flee the U.S. and seek asylum abroad. Leaving a country that has, of course, bent over backwards to accommodate their incessant complaining about everything, ridiculous pronouns, shared bathrooms, anything else. And now some are seeking asylum elsewhere. Somebody named Ryan Wilgos, a 50-year-old transgender woman, so a man who now says that they're a woman, spoke to Vice News about leaving the U.S., saying the physical attacks against transgender and non-binary people is on the rise and makes them feel unsafe to stay in this country. She claims that a man once followed her into a women's restroom and pushed him up against a wall for going into the wrong bathroom. Wilgo also claims that lawmakers are targeting transgender people with excessive laws that criminalize their existence. I guess that would mean like you're not allowed to read porn or dance naked in front of children, something like that. On the same subject, Harvard Medical School has created a course that focuses on gay, trans, and queer babies. The course is called Caring for Patients with Diverse Sexual Orientations, Gender Identities, and Sex Development. The class helps students understand how to provide health care for LGBTQ kids, infants, and adults. So yes, Harvard is now training people on what to do about a 6-month-old trans baby. Yeah. Finally, Brendan Frasier did not win the Best Actor for Golden Globe last night in this new movie that's called The Whale. There's Brendan Frasier. You remember him from those 90s movies. You haven't seen him in a long time. He's had a bit of a rough bout. He did not win the Golden Globe after being nominated, and I suspect it was purely political. I actually saw this film a couple weeks ago. Frasier's performance in it was hands down the strongest that I saw all year, and I actually do like to go to the movies. He curiously lost, though, after he accused the Golden Globe's former president, Philip Burke, of groping him back in 2003. Oh, Frasier did not even attend last night's ceremony after he made that accusation. Now, to be nominated for a Golden Globe, ballots that are voted on by people, everyday people, are sent to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. So it's kind of like a populist thing. And then each member of the association votes for their top 5 choices. So the Hollywood hierarchy could not control who was nominated for Best Actor in a Golden Globe, but they certainly were able to control who won. Austin Butler won for his performance in Elvis, which was fine. It was a pretty good movie. It was a little bit out there, but he was pretty good in it, although kind of bizarre that this kid has stayed in Elvis's character and voice to this day. If you saw any of it, you know that story. But that performance was nowhere near what Brendan Frasier showed us. It's just more proof that Hollywood continues to portray itself as pure, liberal, and virtuous, when in reality, underneath, it is a horror show.